Hey guys, Elderfall 101 here, back here with another tier list. In today's tier list, we are ranking a bunch of Skyrim weapons. Not entirely sure how many weapons we're talking, but we're gonna rank these. So we have the base crossbow. Um, Let me give you a little base on what we're gonna be ranking them off based off of. We're not gonna do overall damage because obviously stuff like the Daedric weapons and the Dragonbone weapons are just gonna be better than the Iron weapons. But we're going off of vibe, aesthetic of it. Like for example, let me see if I can find it. Like this sword right here, Dawnbreaker, right? Has a lot of aura with it. Really cool. Has a special ability attached to it. So like that gives it bonus points. But also is that the Master Sword? That is a Switch for the Nintendo Switch. But we'll get to that in a minute. So basically, how cool it looks. Just overall vibe of it, kind of. That's the vibe we're going for. Because I mean, some of these weapons are just objectively stronger than the others, and I don't really want that to hinder them. So for the time being, the basic crossbow, I think, has a lot of aura. It's the first one you get, and for most people, it's the only one they ever use because the later crossbows came out in a later creation club thing. I think I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's what happened. Base crossbow is like a B tier. That first time you ever get that crossbow and shoot it, it's just so awesome. The next crossbow, I'm not really entirely sure about these ones. I'm not really focused on the crossbows. This one looks alright. I think this is like the steel one. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look that great from these little images. This might be the steel one. This one looks a little bit cooler, but it's not. It's not going to be nowhere as near as cool as the base one. Now the dwarven one, that's a lot of aura. Okay. Don't know what this one is, but this one looks low key kind of stupid. It just looks like a pickaxe from Fortnite. Um, Same with this one. I don't like this one. This one, I feel like it's doing too much. This little pattern doing too much. I'm gonna put it in F tier. This, I think this is the Daedric one. Might be. Oh, it might be the ebony one actually. I think that's the Daedric one. It looks kind of cool. Not quite on this echelon. The glass one. I'm not a big fan of the look of the glass. That one looks really cool. It almost looks like a bow. Let's put it in D tier. Oh, let's put it in C tier. This is the Daedric one. Okay, this is the Daedric one. I have the Daedric one. I don't think it's that cool, honestly. It doesn't make sense why there should be a Daedric crossbow in the first place. It just doesn't seem. It just doesn't seem that great to me, But I'll put it in D tier because I like black and red. It's my favorite color. Dragonbone. Like I said, it just feels like it's doing too much. And I'm not a big fan of the Dragonbone vibe of it. Okay, bows. The longbow. The longbow is a good C tier. You don't really spend too much time with it, so it doesn't have a lot of aura. But I mean, it's a bow. But now, the hunting bow. I think this is just a better overall bow in every way. Just like the shape of it does so much. Does so much for it, No offense to this little bow, but this is awesome. This is awesome right here, okay? I think this is another creation club. This is the golden bow, I think. Does not have a lot of aura. I won't lie. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm gonna put it in E tier. Sorry, guys. Another good staple one. You're exploring those little caves and you find this one, you wouldn't be disappointed. It's really cool looking. I love the arrows. I love what the arrow looks like for this. The bow looks cool, but I don't tend to use it. I like just to stick with the hunting bow. But I think it's better than the longbow. I think longbow goes in D tier. I think that one's better. The Falmer guys, I mean, their bow kind of sucks, low key. Low key, that's just ugly. That's so ugly. Elven's cool. I don't tend to see myself using Elven a bunch, but it's cool. It's cool. But as cool as this bow is, I think I'd prefer to use that. There's something just about a vibe about using a longbow like that. Ebony, another great one. I think Ebony's B tier. Now, there's a personal bias. I do tend to really like the Ebony weapons. Excluding the Ebony sword. I just don't like the Ebony sword and the Ebony dagger. But yeah, I really love the ebony bow. The little bit of brown and the black, chef's kiss. Imperial bow. I mean, I think this is just worse than this. Like this was the perfection. If you're sticking with wooden bows, this is perfection right here. That's terrible. That's terrible. But that's perfection. Like that's what a bow should look like. We have nothing in A or S tier. Orcish, I like Orcish a lot. It's probably a C tier bow. Um, yeah. I think it has very similar vibe to this one, but I don't know. I just like it a little bit cooler. The Dwarven, I think really anything Dwarven's really cool. I feel like they really got the vibe of the Dwarven weapons really well, so I think that one's a C tier. Um, this is those guys who live near Markarth. Y'all know who I'm talking about. They have the Briar Hearts and stuff like that, but their bow, not a lot of aura. I think it's an E tier bow. Like I said, we haven't got anything A or S tier. I think this might be a Creation Club bow. It looks really cool. It has like an eyeball on it. But if it is a Creation Club, and if I'm wrong about this, then sorry, but this isn't accessible to everybody. And I would feel wrong putting it really high up if not everybody can use it. But that being said, I'll put it about a C tier. It's very unique. Uniqueness of the item is going to give it bonus points. Same thing with the Dwarven, not the Dwarven, but like the Daedric weapons. They're just going to get a bonus right off the get-go because they're unique. You know, there's multiple guys running around with Dwarven bows, but there's not a ton of guys running around with this hammer right here right now, you know? You get the vibe? Elven bow, I think that's what that is. I'm not a big fan of the Elven bow. Is that the Elven bow or is this the Elven bow? That's the glass bow. This is the Elven bow. Right? I don't know. They're about the same to me. I think that one's cooler than that one. Nordic. Very good looking bow. I think it's kind of on the same tier as Ebony. I think it's a little bit worse than Ebony looking wise. I think the darker brown is a little bit better than the little bit pastier gray and the light brown. That's just my vibe on it. We have so many weapons to get through. I actually don't know what this bow is. It doesn't really look that cool. We're gonna throw it in detail. Same with this black Imperial bow. I think it's gonna get. Or is it a black Imperial bow? I think it's a black Dwarven bow, and I think this is a unique weapon. I think low-key has some aura to it. I'll throw it in B tier. Is this Daedric bow? The Daedric bow is really cool. I feel like, honestly, this might be a hate. Like, people might get hate for this, but, like, low-key, I think Daedric doing too much. This is another Creation Club bow. The abilities on it's really cool. I think it makes you invisible when you're crouched, when you're using it. Very cool. I like the aesthetic of it, but that brown's just not there. And it's also kind of like the longbow. It's really big. But I'll put it in D tier. The ice-looking Stalrin. Never been a fan of the Stalrin. The vibe of it, just too much blue. It looks like stupid diamond armor from Minecraft. I'm going to put it down in E tier. This is another unique bow. Is this the Nightingale bow? Because I love the Nightingale bow. I think this is the Nightingale bow. I think Nightingale bow is our first A tier. I think that's the best looking bow. Also, it's exclusive. Dragonbone. The little notches on the end look cool. Like, imagine like you just punch somebody in the face with that. I mean, still, that's probably going to go in like a low C tier. Don't know this bow actually. But just based off this look, it doesn't look that cool, so we'll put it in E. Same with this one. This one just doesn't look that great. I'll put it in the bottom of D. Dwarven Warhammer. Out of all the base game Warhammers, I think it's got to be one of my favorites. Like, it just looks like you're just swinging a sledgehammer at people. That's awesome. The Elven one, the bird, looks cool in theory. I think it's doing too much low-key, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and throw it in, like, C tier. It's pretty iconic, though. I'll give it that. Nordic, this does not look good. That does not look good, low-key. I don't like that. But I think it's better than all those. Never seen this hammer. This is like the gold one, probably. Not a big fan of this one. Also, I think it's Creation Club. That just looks ugly. That looks so ugly. Diamond Warhammer. Looks really cool. I mean, I'm just not a vibe. Look, the glass weapons are just not my vibe, though. But I will put this around higher C tier. I like this. I think this goes about like here. Looks-wise. This is one of the Warhammers you can get on the Dragonborn DLC on the island of Solstein. You have to do a little quest for it. So that gets bonus points because it's a quest weapon. It looks really cool. but it's not like insane. You know, like I think it's like a B tier. I think it's a B tier. The Ebony Warhammer, it's cool, but that's like there's so much like deadly wise that looks like it's gonna hurt. But there's like I feel like there's just too much of a point there. You know, a Warhammer should be like flat, not sharp. Just in my opinion, and I think that gets it a C tier. This is a Daedric weapon. I can't exactly remember the name right now, but it's like you have to go kill like a giant, and then you can get this. Looks really cool. Has a quest line attached to it. It's Daedric, so I think it's kind of very similar to this one. I often don't see myself using Warhammers, to be 100% honest with you. So we're gonna have to start speed running through some of this stuff. We're 10 minutes in, and we haven't even made a dent in this. Stalrin. It just looks like a big old chunk of Stalrin. It's terrible. I don't like that. I mean, actually, it's kind of like a vibe, but I wouldn't put it in E tier quite. The Daedric one, like I said, Daedric does too much, but I think this is a perfection of Daedric. I think this does it really well. For example, I don't think the axe does it really well. It looks really cool, has a lot of aura, but it just I don't mean. Let's run through some of these. Okay. B tier. I like that. That it looks kind of cool, but D tier. This is the Dragonbone one. Kind of cool as like the vibe of it being like just a Dragonbone on the end. Kind of but C tier at most. Don't even know what this one is. This has to be Creation Club. Doesn't look that cool. Probably top of D tier though. This one, don't know a whole lot about this one. Looks kind of cool though. It kind of looks like a hammer from Donkey Kong. So I'll put it at C tier. Don't know what this one is. It does not look great. I'll put it at bottom of D tier. Don't know what this one is. Golly, bro. Are these just a bunch of Creation Club ones? This looks like a little crab on the end. I'm not vibing with it. I'm not really vibing with it. I'm vibing with it a little bit. As I'm looking at it more, I'm vibing with it. Top of E tier. Iron one. Probably one of the weaker Warhammers. Not like weaker as in like strength. I mean, obviously it is. It just doesn't look that cool. Probably like a C tier. Nah, probably like a D tier, low key. I don't like the look of it. The ancient one does not look that great, honestly. The steel one, I think it looks better than the iron one, so I'll knock it up only one. Orcish, I think the Orcish one looks better than the steel one. I don't know. I think this is the Nordic one. I don't like this. It looks too small. I feel like it should be more menacing. I feel like it should be a bigger hammer. That looks terrible. That just looks like a stick with a little piece of metal on the end. This is the dark one, I think. I don't vibe with this. I don't vibe with this, guys. Sorry. I mean, Nordic. This looks awesome. A Nordic axe. That has to be B tier. That has to be B tier. That just looks so sick. Like, just how sharp it is. Like, that looks like it was going to do some damage to you. The glass one, I don't know. I just don't vibe with the glass weapons, bro. But still, this one looks kind of cool. I'll put it up here in C tier. This is the one you get for doing the Barnabas quest line. I can't remember what outcome you have to do to get this, but uniqueness-wise, it's very unique. Really cool looking two-handed axe. Is it a two-handed axe? I think it's a two-handed axe. But a little bland. It just kind of looks like a steel axe, you know? But double-sided, really cool. I think it's B tier. I think we got another B tier. Ebony axe. Feels like it's doing too much, bro. Like, it looks cool, but it just doesn't look lethal, you know? I think it's around C tier. The Stalrin one, it looks really cool. I love the shape. I just don't like the blue. I don't like the blue, but I like the shape, so I'm probably going to put it in D tier. Daedric, I feel like it does a little too much. I think Nordic is kind of the perfection of it. High C tier, though. It looks really lethal. Wolfthrag, it's a long quest to get. Not really that long. It probably takes about 3 hours. I actually did the Companion's quest line in about 3 hours, so it's not going to take you too long to get this one. Looks cool. The ability on it is alright. I'll put it in A tier. I think that's an A tier one. I think it's better than the Daedric Hammer, or the Dwarven Hammer. This is another Creation Club weapon. It's like a huge blade. I really like using it, but it almost looks a little too clunky in the character's hands, from my personal experience playing. So probably high D tier. I don't know this one. That looks ugly though. That looks like a fish. Dragon Bone looks alright. Eh, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good either, to be honest. Iron Axe doesn't look good. I'm gonna be so real. I don't like the look of that Iron Axe. This is the execution axe they use. Really cool. I'll put it about a D tier. It's unique. I like it. Steel axe. I think this is what the like when I think axe, this is what I think of. When I think of two-handed axe, I think it belongs up there in the B tier. Not doing too much. It's just the right amount. This one not that interesting. I'm just not a vibe with it. Orcish, kind of cool, but I don't know. I don't like the gaps in between like that. I don't know. I'm not vibing with that one. Probably D tier. Or B, yeah, D tier. I don't like the Dwarven axe. Too much gold. That does it well. That's really well. I just like the vibe of that. I don't really like the Elven one either. That don't look cool. That also don't look cool. And it's also Creation Club, so minus negative million points. This is an ugly looking mace. This is another ugly looking mace. Kind of looks lethal though. Dude, we have so much left. We're at 16 minutes in. We're probably about halfway now. Don't like this. And I don't even know what this is. This must be Creation Club. Creation Club slop. That looks terrible. That looks terrible. That has to be the ugliest thing I've ever seen in the game. That also looks terrible. The Dwarven one. I like this. I like this. That's about a D tier. I don't like this one. I'm not a big fan of the maces, if you can't tell. I don't like this one. There's too many holes in this. This doesn't look that lethal. It looks like a lollipop. I don't even know what this one is. I hate that. The glass one, I think out of a lot of the glass weapons, I feel like that has a lot of aura. I actually like this glass weapon. I'll put it right above the axe. Ebony mace, I like it. I like the ebony mace. I think it's not doing too much. I think it's a pretty good up at the top C tier. Don't even know what that one is. Another just chunk of Stalrun on a thing that just doesn't make it. The Daedric, it kind of just looks like a torch, but still kind of cool. D tier. I like this mace, Moloch Bow. I think that's who it is. Is it Moloch Bow? It's the one you do in Markarth, and you have to sacrifice bodies to it. I like it. It's very unique looking. S tier is for a very special echelon of weapons. Don't like that one. The Dragonbone one looks kind of alright. Put it at E tier. Iron one I do not like the look of. Steel, I like the look of the steel one. Don't like this. I hate this. I actually really hate that. I don't know why. I just don't like that. Also, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. That needs to be in last. Orcish, I like the vibe of the Orcish one. The Orcish one, really sharp stuff. Looks really cool. I think it's a C tier. I've realized I like Orcish a lot. Don't even know what that is. Is that Daedric? That better not be Daedric, because that's ugly. That's ugly, bro. Stalrun axe. That is not a Daedric axe. That's just something stupid. Stalrun axe, it's okay. Dragonbone axe, kind of cool. A little cool. Probably beat D tier. Don't even know what that one is. Don't even know what that one is. Iron axe, that one's alright. I'll put it at around E tier. Steel axe, I think this is one of the better looking axes. I think that's about a C tier. Top of D tier. I like this one. I think this is very similar to the steel one. Orcish, that axe just looks so beautiful. The green's throwing it off a little bit for me. I'm not a big fan of the green, but I like the vibe of that axe. Dwarven looks all right. Pretty cool. It's like definition of like mid, to me. So I feel like that falls into C tier. The Nordic one, not really a big fan of that one. Probably E tier. That's ugly. I mean, I get the vibe is cool, but it's ugly looking. Let's be real. We're just being serious out here. I don't like this one. I don't like this one. I don't even know what that is. Don't like that one either, but it's a little bit cooler than the other ones. That one's just a rock in between some sticks, bro. I can go do that outside. We ain't playing Minecraft with a cobblestone axe, bro. Let's get that out of here. That's just a dome. That looked terrible. That looked terrible. All these Creation Club ones, if they aren't Creation Club, and also if you spent your time modding the game to make the Creation Club things, thank you for making Skyrim great. But also, all the ones I've seen so far look very ugly, and also you have to pay for them, so they're taking points down for me. Okay, and if you're like, oh, those are actually base game, well then apparently I don't play enough Skyrim. Sorry. Glass axe looks kind of cool. Looks kind of cool. I'll put it at C tier. Ebony axe, that's an A tier. Ebony axe looks so good. It looks so good. I'm a sucker for the color black though. I love like the color black is my favorite color. Red and black are my two favorite colors. Oddly enough, I don't really like Daedric, which is a combination of my two favorite colors. Is this the Daedric axe? Kind of boring. Iron pickaxe. I mean, it's a staple, bro. It's just a pickaxe, bro. It's a staple. You know, I think it's a B tier. It does it well. It's rusted. It looks good. Same with the axe. Let's throw those up a B tier. The Nordic one, I like that they try to do something a little bit different, but I think it's probably C tier. Looks wise is all right, but low key, guys, this might be our first S tier. The ability to shoot a beam of light out of it is insane. The uniqueness of that is just so cool. Okay? I don't like, is there an argument with that? Like, I would say looks wise it's not the greatest thing, but it's unique, it's red, and it shoots out beams of energy when you swing. I think that's as good as we're gonna get. Ebony long blade looks alright. I like it. Probably about a C tier. Don't know what that is. I don't like that one. I don't like that one either. Is that the Stalin one? It kind of looks like a lightsaber, though. The Daedric one, I think that looks really cool. It looks really menacing. It looks a little clunky in your hand, though. It looks really top-heavy, but give you about C. You couldn't see it, but I was like doing like a baseball swing in my hand right there, like trying to get a vibe to look how it feels. Umbra, this is a Creation Club item. It's unique, but Umbra is in all the games basically, so you have to get points for it. And I really do like Umbra. In here, I feel like it's a very perfectly balanced Creation Club weapon. It's not overpowered. There's a quest to get it. It feels soul gems, and it's two-handed. I really like Umbra, so it's S tier for me. So, unfortunately, it is Creation Club content, which kind of sucks. Dragonbone, D tier. Don't even know what that is. That's ugly. This is a Creation Club item, but I like it because it looks like a sword. Like, if you said sword, I feel like this is what AI would make if you said sword. A little bit of like a brownish orange handle, crossguard silver. I mean, it looks good, you know? It almost looks like a one-handed thing in this little image. Don't know what that is. That's bright as crap, bro. That's white as snow. What the heck? I kind of like it, though. I don't know what this is. This is another Creation Club weapon. It's kind of cool. It has like a little like orb inside of it. I like it a lot. Also, I'm pretty sure it's one-handed and not two-handed. Or no, that's it right there. This looks Creation Clubby. Kind of looks cool though. I'll put it in top of D tier. I like that look. The Ebony Blade. Is that what it's called? It's the big katana-like sword, and I really like that it's a katana and it's a two-handed katana. It feels really cool. It has a really cool quest attached to it. It's unique, so that gets points. And it's also not Creation Club unique. Like, a lot of these items in F tier and E tier are Creation Club content. I just feel like you shouldn't have to pay super extra for mods, you know? Because really, it's just glorified mods. Also, we're going to take a quick break. If you're still currently watching 24 minutes in, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the membership. We have a membership. It's 99 cents a month. YouTube allows me to make it more, but I put it as low as YouTube would possibly let me. They take about like 30% of it anyway, so I'm not even going to get the full 99 cents. But we have some member-only videos in there, live streams, etc. Free, some emojis we're going to be doing. But I had to do a quick plug for that. Okay. Steel Iron Sword. Steel Iron Sword. Am I a dummy? Iron Sword. It looks okay. The steel one looks better. I like that. I don't get why there's two like handles though. That don't look right. I don't like that. I don't even know what that is. Silver, I think that's what it is. That's what the guys silver hand use. It looks kind of cool. It looks kind of dull though. It looks kind of just like a tube. D tier. E tier. I don't like this one. This is one of the first orcish ones I don't really like. Don't really like the dwarven longsword, but it's still a D. Don't really like that one. I don't like that. That does not look cool. It looks like it's doing too much. Don't even know what that one is. Don't know that one. Glass. Like I said before, if you do spend your time making us these beautiful looking weapons, thank you. But also, I'm like, if I don't know what the weapon is, I'm going off of what the still looks like, these little images, which is a little bit biased. There's some Creation Club weapons I know, some I don't. Grow up, okay? It's 2026. Let's be so for real. Okay, now we got into the sword and dagger class. This definitely seems like it's gonna be one of the longer ones, and there's so much. There's so much. Dragonbone sword. The idea of just a dragonbone sword, really cool. I'll put it in D tier. Stalrin, don't really like it. Daedric, I like Daedric a lot. The Daedric's blade looks really cool. It's not really unique, but cool. This is the blade I was talking about that has like a little orb inside of it. It's Creation Club. Really cool. Never really used it before, but I think it gets like a top of B tier. It's really unique. S tier. Nightingale blade looks so good. It's so clean. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know? I love it. I love it. I love the Nightingale blade. So cool. Don't know what this sword is. If I'm supposed to know what these swords are, I'm sorry. Okay, honestly, that looks kind of cool. It looks like a lance. Or whatever it's called, like the my name is Miguel Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. You know, that kind of guy, the Princess Bride kind of sword. Oh, that looks kind of cool. About an E tier. That don't look cool. That looks weird. It looks like it's doing too much. What's it, like a fire sword? Oh, I'll give it a E for the fire sword. Is this Children? The ice variant. It's like a glass sword, but it's light blue, and I really like the vibe of it, and I think it's a B tier. My brother, I can't even tell what that is. That just looks like a lightsaber. Low key though, I kind of like it. Doing too much. Mirak's sword. I like that it like stretches out when you use it. Very unique looking. But I don't know. I don't like the slimy green look. I don't know what that is. That don't look good. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Basically one of the blade swords. The blade swords having a katana. That's just cool. Let's be so real. A katana in Skyrim is awesome. Orcish blade. It's okay. It's probably like a D tier. Dwarven sword. Not a big vibe of it. I think the best thing the Dwarvens did or the Dwemer would be the hammer. I don't like this. Just a stick. I could go make this outside if I wanted to. Thalmor one looks ugly. Elven one looks ugly. That looks, I don't even know what that is. Ugly. Another blade sword. I don't know the difference. I'm just gonna put them both up there. I think that might be Harkin's blade sword because it's a little like tint of red. So both of them will go up there. The curved blade looks so sick. I don't think it's quite A tier material, but like that like just pirate like look, that looks kind of okay. Ew. Glass sword looks kind of okay. I'll give it D tier. Ew. The master sword, you gotta give master sword S tier. Dawnbreaker, same. You gotta give Dawnbreaker S tier. It's my favorite weapon in the game. Ebony sword, I like it, but it just doesn't look that lethal. Probably put a B tier. The wooden sword, I mean, as a vibe, it's kind of cool. E tier. The iron sword, I don't like the iron sword. When I think of sword in Skyrim, like one-handed, I don't think of the iron sword. I feel like the steel sword. Iron sword's still alright, but I feel like the steel sword is like the quintessential like sword. That's what it like. That is the perfect looking sword, in my opinion. The Imperial sword's alright. About a D tier. Silver hand sword. It's very dull looking. Doesn't look that lethal. I like the vibe of this. It's a little black. Looks good. Probably about a C tier. This is a Daedric quest. It's like that crystal. Looks kind of cool though. I like the uniqueness of it. but I don't think it's quite S tier for me. Ebony dagger, all right. Looks like a little squiggly little sword. D tier. Stalin. I'm gonna be a Stalin hater till the day I die. The Daedric dagger, really perfect looking dagger. Very similar to the sword. Prefer the sword. Best dagger in the game. One of the best weapons in the game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's basically our top 9. I don't know if we'll have a top 10. Just looking at the last couple ones. Let me add one more up there. Let me add one more A tier one that deserves to be in the top 10. What deserves to be in the top 10 of weapons? And honestly, really, the Master Sword should be an honorable mention because it's only in the Nintendo Switch version. I think the Nightingale bow will be in the top 10 weapons. That's the top 10. That looks okay. I don't like that. It's a unique dagger, kind of cool looking. Probably bottom of B tier. I don't know what that is. The iron dagger is pretty good. I feel like this is the quintessential dagger. Kind of like how I said the steel sword looks like quintessential. I feel like the iron dagger is like the base dagger. C tier. Steel dagger. I mean, it's just a worse version of the iron dagger. Looking wise, I don't like that. The shiv, I really like the idea of a shiv. You can get that in Sid in the Mine, and it's really just cool. Orcish, it's all right. Probably about a D tier. The Dragon Priest dagger looks really cool. The curve of it is awesome, but C tier. I don't like this one. It's D. Dwarven, probably about an E. Elven, I don't like that. Bottom of E. Don't even know what that is. Don't even know what that is. And then lastly, we have the Class dagger. D tier. So this is my list of every single weapon in Skyrim. I think it's every weapon. I think it's even Creation Club. I'm guaranteed some of these are not base game. I believe that. But hey guys, my name's been Elderflow101. I want to thank everybody watching this long tier list, and I will see you all later. Bye.